Hello and welcome to today's reading. This will be a general reading for the sign of Pisces. We'll get your energy and any surrounding energies and messages, obviously from the universe. Your initial message for today is about change, sort of it's a positive change, one that will make you feel like you're on top of the world, like you're lucky in some way. A liberation or a release, a renewal of some sort. I feel like it's like from things that have been haunting you from your past. There's some sort of clear perspective you're gaining over your anxiety as far as this is concerned, and it kind of not only opens a path for you or the ability to make a decision, but it also reminds you that you have the world in your hands at all times. Like you are capable of achieving your dreams and doing so with people around you. Some friendships, celebrations. All right. Maybe not. Interesting. Flame almost went out and then came back to life. All right, we'll see what we got for you today. Somebody is doing some introspection, soul searching, isolating themselves in order to find themselves. Maybe someone didn't believe that this was possible, or there's some sort of shock factor here. I feel like it's like finding your own light. And when you do this, that there's some sort of it's like energy release, but it's something that will take you by surprise. It's something that's going to make you see things differently, help you to connect more with your intuition. It's something about seeing, not seeing with your eyes. It's like whatever this is that you discover or someone discovers while isolating is, it's being brought forth from a release of emotion or your just emotions in general. And it's going to be something quite surprising that will allow you to have a more steady, constant connection with yourself and also see things that you weren't capable of before. And that might be in a spiritual way, and intuition is like strengthening or something like this. Something about intuition for sure, inner knowing, and not. It's like follow your inner wisdom and don't lie to yourself about your hopes or where your dreams lie. You're not telling yourself stories. Don't. It's leading yourself with your heart and not your mind. All right, let's clarify here. I feel like you were getting some sort of trust in yourself that maybe you didn't have before. Trust in yourself for it's like no, it's not. It's like not second guessing yourself. It's something about being more creative with your emotions or your childlike nature. Yeah, I feel like there's been a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry, a lot of mental chatter. Maybe about a family, a legacy, a life that you're building. Maybe you're worried about being able to reach your life goals, and that's why you had to take this time of isolation to self-reflect yourself out of lack mentality. Excuse me. Slay your inner demons in order to build something sustainable. Let's see what the Page of Cups is here for. Perspective on Seven of Swords twice. Maybe it's taking a new perspective, seeing things differently about how maybe you lie to yourself about your emotions or the things that you love or what your aspirations really are. Maybe it's like telling yourself you can't reach the impossible goals because there's no impossible goals. You can also be maneuvering yourself more strategically through this phase of the hangman, the pause and reflect. It's like you're not only seeing a new perspective for maybe how your thoughts sabotage your growth in what you want to build, but it's also like seeing how you second guess your own self in your creativity, in your it could also be maybe not incorporating enough of your inner child, where you're seeing that that's what's been tripping you up and keeping you from being your authentic self. And this is Ace of Wands. King and Queen of Swords. This could also have to do with a partnership as well. Perhaps one that used to be harmonious, but now is just icy and cold, and it's all thought and no emotion. It's very calculated. It's perhaps this person was a part of the long-term vision, and now you're having to see that maybe that was not entirely true, or the way in which it was supposed to come about was not authentic to your true wisdom. And this High Priestess. This is also like a quiet knowing as well. Maybe you see something, are aware of the path to fulfill your desires and build your ideal life. You know this is all going to come about, and you're just having to be a little more strategic or quiet about your movements. High Priestess here. Perhaps something that you know is that there is going to be a new start in love here, but I just stand your position, stand your ground for it, fend off those that would say otherwise, or the thoughts that you're having that contradict that. It's like, not less, feel less like it's fighting others outside of you or defending yourself against them. It's more like defending yourself from distractions, your external world, and not allowing anything to penetrate your boundaries as far as what you believe and what is true and right to you. And it's interesting. 777 here. Maybe internally you know that you have to fight for this new beginning as well. Maybe that's what you're strategizing about. What you're trying to balance and heal and form some sort of cooperation in, because it's been unsteady, uncommitted, like very in and out before. And maybe that's the lie or the deception of it's one of those situations of like being left before you're left, but this never really works out. Instead, you have to heal that part of you that feels like you have to do those things to sabotage the connections that you have, and maybe not be so non-committal with your own energy or in and out with your passions and desires. Like it's something about passions and desires. Perhaps it was just deception on both sides here, as far as maybe not like intentionally malicious, but definitely not honest. This other person may need an entire perspective change, while mindset shift, something like that, because that's what's deceptive for them. They are telling themselves things that are questionable. You, however, it's more of a true balance and healing and commitment type thing in order to find the path, the way to your hopes. And I feel like what you're, well, neither one of you are really being that compassionate. Maybe you a little. It's more like you want to work something out here, and that is the hope. It feels like you know this, and they are seeing it. Maybe it's something you've been aware of, but it's just coming into their awareness. And it might be because it was more cold and emotionless. Alright, let's see the stars here. Mm. So, while I would agree that there is potential here for a new beginning with this person, or just in general, one that's feeling emotionally, and you have to stand for that. You have to be righteous in that notion, but there's gonna require a lot of healing, a lot of cooperation, a lot of giving and receiving, and just being open and more flowing with life, others, like your ability to connect, not being so non-committal. However, in order for any of that to take place, there has to be a release of pain, a release of hurt, of betrayal. That might be from someone else, from yourself. I feel like it's more betrayal of yourself, because there's something you feel like you sabotaged here, or something that you ruined in some way. But what you're not really seeing is that the love is still there, the feeling of oneness, the connection is still there. You just have to imagine, be positive. It's not like, recognize opportunities, create them, but maybe something about realizing that the most beautiful things may come from the most broken or unexpected, or something about, it might seem like a situation or a thing is negative from the outside perspective, but what isn't being realized is that it will grow and blossom into something beautiful. It's like, the best thing I can think of is like ugly duckling type things, like just, something about, from the pain there is love, there is beauty, there is fantasy. Yeah, something also that is like it's just not quite the right time. Think about timing. Things have to work their way to the surface. All right, we'll get one final message for you guys here. There's some justice coming to the situation, some fairness, some balance, some incorporation of like not being blind and rigid. Just leading with your heart and not your head. It's like damn the rules and what's come before and the standard, the status quo, the way to bring about balance and fairness and strength and control is to take control of the emotion, not the thinking. And when you do that, you invite that inner child of yours to be brought out, and you can embody that as well as who you are now for a very lasting and honest companionship, or it can also be that when you trade your heart for your mind, you can take that control and not live in nostalgia, not live from your past. You can actually give yourself the grace to be a whole and healthy person and live life from the good memories and the good times and not dwell on the mind and how it can play tricks on you and deceive you. Interesting, very interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that there. If you guys like the reading, please give it a like. If you enjoy my readings, please subscribe to the channel so you never miss a reading that's meant for you. And as always, have a good day on purpose.